Hello, I am Sean Sands, back with more Kerbal Space Program. All right, time to get back to it. Time to get back to our Mooner missions. So let's see. Last time, you know what? I'm going to fast forward to daytime. If I sound kind of rough, it was St. Patrick's Day yesterday. So, there you go. You infer from that what you will. But we researched fuel systems. Heavy rocketry, we picked up those rockets, we picked up advanced flight controls to get the RCS. We still don't have electrics, but that is a thing we will try to do. Do we have any other cool moon missions? Cool moon missions? No, we do not. But I can get science data from space around Kerbal. That's pretty easily. In fact, we can just straight up transmit that. So, our goal this time is to actually land on the moon. The Mun. So I think we'll start with this Mark II command pod, which, how much bigger is that? That's 1.5 tons versus, so it's about twice the size. That will allow us to take a scientist, which will be nice. We're definitely going to put some parachutes on it. I'm not going to worry about crew cabin. I want this. How many parachutes do we want on this thing? We could just play it safe and just put, like, double up. It's not that much heavier, though. Probably overthinking it. But we will need to bring science back and stuff like that. So let's just lay into the double down on that. Science. Actually, might put that up here. Nope. Don't. I'd like you to connect up. No? Not up for that. Oh, there we go. Kind of weird looking, I admit, but yeah, I think I'm going to do that. This time we're just probably going to put the Gooch containers right on here. Let's go ahead and... I don't like that. Where's the exit? I want to make sure I don't cover the exit. So maybe we'll actually put the goo containers up here. And we'll put some barometer on there. And thermometer. Let's put a communitron on there too. Just so we can get that send space data thing up and going. I'm not really caring that much if it makes it all the way back. And then we'll put the heat shield directly on the bottom. Somebody was mentioning that some of these shields, or like these, have a blading right on them. This one does not. But it has an internal antenna. So I don't need this? We'll try it. So let's see, what does it have? It has an internal antenna. Yeah, but no heat shield. So we'll need a heat shield on the bottom. That's not a big enough heat shield. I do not think that's going to work. Also, it won't connect. What is this about? How can I make that fit? What if I put something underneath it? Do I want my printer decided to start talking? That's cool. It's good. I wasn't doing anything. You're fine. You do you. How can I get? Maybe drop a service bay underneath it and then put the heat shield on that. I mean, it seems ridiculous, right? But it does not seem to be connecting. Is that gonna work? Eugh. Maybe. The printer's possessed by some kind of demon, clearly. We will toss these in here then, I guess. If we're going to have one of these, we might as well use it. I never turn them the right way. There it is. Third try's a charm. Get you in there as well. Are you clipping through? I gotta be honest, I feel like this like since the expansion, I've had way more problems just moving stuff around than I ever did before. And having stuff do stuff like this, like clip just through and be sort of inaccessible. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's try that again. We will get a service bay. Let's open it first this time. Nope, don't need 3. Why is it doing this? I guess I can put them on the little wall inside. Sort of. No, I'll just keep them out here because that's being a pain. I really want to try this real quick and make sure it's going to work. We'll close. We will put the heat shield on right there. That is a weird looking craft. That does not look good. That's not okay. We might just have to go for the single stage. I'm not comfortable with this. I don't know, am I? I mean, the obvious solution is we take this, we pop it up here, we don't worry about... Come on, there you go. What is going on? Okay, this thing's buggy. I'm trying to use the new parts. They just seem difficult. Can we start fresh? New. Just new. I'm literally clicking new. Do this the old-fashioned way. Get the trusty Mark I command pod. We will toss a parachute on it and a couple of radio-mounted parachutes. There we go. We will put science underneath that. We will put... We'll still do like what I was saying before, which is we'll just put the goo on the outside here. Put that there, put that there. We need batteries now. So maybe there. Heat shield. Right heat shield. Right heat shield for the right job. Okay, that will be our final kind of splashdown stage. So next up we need a decoupler. Is it this one? Yeah, it's that. Nope, it's not that one. 12? Yeah, 12. Ooh, I feel like that didn't. There we go. And then we'll need a landing stage, a stage to actually land on the moon. So we'll toss a fuel tank on there. I think no, way too big. Okay, that's good. But, I mean, we could just get the dull thing. Can we do anything color-wise? No, it's just a fuel tank. But I think we are going to have additional fuel tanks on there. This is where we can get some of these. Nope, not those. These. And we will do fuel lines into there. Those are kind of big and unwieldy. I hate to keep going to the stock standard stuff, but the stock standard stuff is just so much. I mean, maybe it's more familiar. Could just be that. But it feels like it's just more reliable. For most of this basic stuff. Like, that may change the moment I'm doing different kind of ships or want to rethink what I'm doing here. I think we'll use Reliant here. Actually, these are too big, right? Yeah, those are gigantic. We'll just use a Terrier. We need landing legs. Hopefully we have some of those. Not the great ones. So we'll need to be careful with that. Okay, and they can start retracted. All right, that is what we are going to use to get So land and on the moon and return. Oh, no. That connect? No. Oh my god. Come on, you guys. You can do this. There you go. Okay. That is our lunar lander. So now what do we use to actually get to the moon? That's where we want coupling. This is where I think we want to have a bigger kind of start looking at some of these bigger stages. We got to be careful of our tonnage here too. So no, we're fine. For right now, we're fine. Tempted to use a couple of these, and then toss on that new engine that's really designed for. Doesn't have a ton of thrust, but it does really well in vacuum. We want to have a big decoupler this time. Nope, that's not a big decoupler. Nope, that's not big enough there. That's the one. And then we will have our main sort of ascent stages, which will still be these, I think. Nope, there. And then we will use the skipper here. That's a lot of delta V, actually. That's a lot of delta V. That's probably plenty of delta V. That's 8,500 delta V just with that. Do we need more than that? Do we need boosters? First stage has 1.3 thrust to weight ratio. Might be nice to do a couple of these bad boys. We would need decouplers for that. This is probably way over-engineered, but that's all right. That's part of the fun. We aren't using a ton of money yet. So let's put these fuel tanks on. Come on, you can do it. And then let's slide those down. Just right on down, and then pop back out. Come on, don't get weird. Don't get funky on me. I feel like those are funky. Maybe we'll grab them after all. And we'll put some of these. That'll take us from 37. That's too big. That's too small. Those are just weirdly shaped engines. They just, I mean, 9,500 now. Let's see, what's cheap? Let's see, 1,100, 1,200, 390, 1,300. Yeah, I think we can run with these. Let's see. We can try it. They're not, I mean, they're mostly just to kind of keep us going to some degree. Okay, so this and these also go. This is going to happen with that. Okay. Then once the main fuel is done, that stage attaches and that fires. We can do this separately. And that stage detaches and that fires, and then we jettison those fuel tanks when we're done with them. Those look off-center to me. Turn off. Actually, that's probably about where I want it. There, that's fine. Finally, that jettisons, and we come down for splashdown. That seems right. Like, what am I missing here? I'm sure there's plenty I'm missing here. Well, we need, for example, we need some... Oh, we need RCS. Now that we have RCS, let's make sure and use that. So let's get a RCS fuel tank on here. Where's Which of these is RCS? Do we not? Come on, you can hit command and control. The stabilizer is going to be too small, isn't it? So we want to have RCS, thruster block. It uses monopropellant, right? So we need monopropellant. Come on, show me mono. Is it just this? Is this really my only option right now? Monopropellant. Monorail. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's it. So I guess we'll put this back here. We'll toss a couple of these on. Where is our center of gravity? Center of mass is there. It's really where we're going to need the RCS anyway. So we will toss the RCS thrusters right here. It's mostly just to help us stay stable, I think. So I'm going to try and just run with 4 for now. That may not be enough. And then do we want a... I don't know if we need a reaction wheel. We may come back for that reaction wheel. So we're under height, we're under mass, we're under parts. We're missing a ladder, okay. Yeah, electric charge does not generate, and we cannot transmit science. Okay, yeah, that's right, because we're not using the one that has the thing anymore. So we will toss a communicatron right on here, because we're only going to be doing the one science thing, and missing a ladder, which is a good point. Do we have ladders? Have we learned how to ladder yet? I'm not sure we know how to ladder yet. So we'll just fly around. Struts. We need some struts. So, that's good. Better is if we have symmetry on. We are going to want to kind of stabilize this to maybe that. That didn't seem to do anything, so let's try that again. Maybe the bottom to that. Good. Okay. Just to kind of be doubly sure, put those there. Let's put that there. Bring it down a bit. I wonder if, I'm concerned, I don't want those to clip the wings. Not sure if they would or not, but I don't want to risk it. No, I'm worried about that clipping. We're just going to set it. We're not going to do that. All right. This is, we'll call this Juno 1. All right, now it's time to figure out all the things I totally forgot on the way to the moon. Just looking. I know I don't have the inline stabilizer. That's the only one where I'm like, am I going to regret not having that? Really, it's going to depend on how good the RCS is. I am still worried, obviously, about our electric charge, but hopefully we'll be able to manage that. All right, so we have a rocket. Let's see how it does. SAS on, RCS on. Throttle up. And you ready, Jeb? Let's do this thing. And away we go. Off to the moon. Rapidly ascending into the fiery heavens. Look at her go. She's a real beauty. Okay. So what did we learn? We learned that that's not enough thrust to weight ratio. We also learned that these need to go up here. All right. just change the engines, it's going to be super expensive to crank up to the skippers, right? 44,000 suddenly becomes clunk, 65,000. Ugh. Make a bunch of money from this, though. Money's never a problem. I can always do more, you know, missions and stuff. That looks so dumb, though. I mean, you could just do boosters, but I don't want to do boosters. It's always boosters. Boosters are boring. Let's see how this goes. How was our staging? Nothing changed with our staging, right? Everything changed with our staging. Okay, so we can crank that up. Turn on SAS. Turn on RCS. 3, 2, 1. Go. Okay, now we got some boost. Now we got some power on this thing. All right. Just hate how quickly we're just going to blow up $20,000 worth of engines, but it's the situation we find ourselves in. We're getting some atmospheric effects. Throttle it down a bit. First stage done. Go on. Crank it back up. Is this engine powerful enough? Yeah. It'll be fine. Oh, we didn't put Kerbal Engineer on. That's what we forgot. Do we want to go back and do that? I do actually want to go back and do that. Just because I'm really going to want that data as I make my descent. And we learned some good things about just about ourselves, you know? Just about who we are. We're explorers. No, we learned a little bit about how much thrust we want to put on that first stage. So we'll save that. Now we have our Kerbal Engineer. Felt like we had some pretty good control overall. SAS, RCS, throttle up to about there. Put that down there. And launch. There we go. Nice. Still want to get close to 250, 260 meters per second. Just because that first bit after the next stage is not super strong. We're up here 300, so that's pretty good. In fact, we have our atmospheric effects again. The stage is done. Crank up the throttle. Get over that 45-degree angle a little more. Come on, bring her on down. Still slowly, we're not accelerating, but we're holding pretty good. This is, I'm not sure I want to go that much faster at this point in the flight. I'm pretty good with where we're at right now. Don't want to tilt too much. Apple Apps is around 16K. Awesome, everything seems to be on track. Fuel looks good. Speed looks good. Once this is around the 30K mark, 30 or 40K, I'll probably start tilting more toward the horizon. Big question is just how effective the next stage is going to be at getting us into a lunar intercept, because we still got to slow down at the moon, we got to establish an orbit, we got a lot of work to do. We're doing all right. Things are coming along. I'm pretty happy with this launch. Yeah. Electric charge is holding. We're not putting on a lot of speed. It's starting to kick up there now. The next stage is really going to have to polish off the circularization and give us a lot of the weight of the moon. I don't want to be super nervous about the amount of fuel I have left to actually get back into Kerbal. On the other hand, you know, it wouldn't, if we have to come out and rescue Jeb, do a rescue mission, that's not so bad either. Okay, we can start turning her over now. 50K Apple Apps. 1 minute from that apoapse. Let's start doing this. It's a good launch. You know, I mean, it's not super efficient, but it's gonna do its job. Got a good amount of delta V left to burn to get into our orbit. So we're going to eject that, and we're going to light the next stage up and go. Good. All right, we have 1,700 fuel, and it's burning it nice and efficiently. I'm really actually pretty happy with that. I kind of wish we were higher up. Our apoapse, well, we're coming up on 70,000, so we'll be fine. Get a little altitude under that thing. 1,500 fuel in the tank. Get up towards 80K if I can. Actually, we're real close to circularizing this thing already. Kill that right there. And then we're actually going to get really close to the apoapse. So we're going to go ahead and make our maneuver just to kind of get a sense of what we got left to do. Oh, and we'll tap that down a bit. So that's going to be a 14-second burn, another 240 meters per second. We're going to want to start that around the 7-second mark. Let's go ahead and line it up. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this launch, all things considered. Definitely better than some of the ones from a couple of episodes ago, which was deeply embarrassing and deeply troubling, and I am ashamed. I am sad and ashamed. But, you know, it's a learning experience. That's what Kerbal Space Program's all about. Programs? Kerbal Space Program. That's how that's said. Coming up on our node, we'll go ahead and launch her at about 10 seconds. And go. Three, 2, 1, go. All right, that's 81 and 74 is good enough. Good enough for me. All right. Excellent. We have our orbit around Kerbal. We have 1,200 gas left in the tank. Doing pretty good here. Let's find the mun. Set that as the target. Let's see. How are we looking? We're probably going to have to make a node adjustment here. Yeah, I'm not super happy with that. Never can remember where there's the ascending node or the descending node that you want to make your adjustment at. Because one of them I know is slightly more efficient, but I do not know which one. So, nope, that will make it worse. 0.4, 0.3, 0.2, 0.1, 0.0. Okay, so that's a whole 20 meters per second of delta V in 8 minutes. So we'll just sit quietly for 8 minutes. Everybody take a little time. Think about what you're doing with your life. Are you making good decisions? No, we're going to accelerate time. I mean, you should probably still think about those things, but you don't have to do it right now. Because this is Kerbal time. Kerbal Space Program time. Around the planet, and we'll do a slight burn at around the 20-second mark, because it doesn't have to be super on point. We really just kind of need to get that node in the ballpark where we want it. That's good enough for me. All right, now time to plot the course. So we have set the target. Let's see, we want probably that to happen right around here. So we will add a maneuver to get out there. It's about 900 delta V. That feels like it could be better. periaps in a million miles. It's practically on the ground, isn't it? Nope, it's not. There we go. I like that one. So 850 delta V, about a minute of burn. That's going to use up most of this tank, but that's what this stage is for. So let's get that in position. I'm pretty happy with that. That puts us on the right side of the rotation, right? Pretty sure. I think that's right. We'll see how we do. And we will time accelerate. Want to start the burn at about 50 seconds. Oh, or now. Right, that's actually fine. Are we sure this is where we want to go? I guess. I feel like this is a weird angle on the burn. Because the moon's way over here. But I trust you. I trust you, Node. You would not do me wrong. It looks like you're going the right way. So we will just hold this. Stage is still holding out. Still got a lot of gas in the tank at this stage. Just keep her mostly steady. Okay, how's that putting us? All right. Smooth out the last bit of that burn. Not really that concerned about being right on point with the timing anymore. I think we're good. 20 meters per second. We're going to need a little more than that. And a little more. And a little more. And just a little bit more. Yeah, I love that. All right. We're on our way to the moon. We wanted to gather some data from space around Kerbal. It doesn't have to be anything particularly useful. Electric charge is overall pretty good. I'm going to turn off RCS, going to turn off SAS. Not using any electric charge. Let's do a crew report. And we'll transmit that. Even though it doesn't do anything, it should complete our mission, and it does. So a useless Kerbal's still here, guys. Let's zip on up here, warp to our position, keep an eye on that electric charge. Are we still happy with it? Yeah, we are not spending that. Good, good, good. And good. Let's go ahead and actually get toward our intercept here. And our next goal is really just to put ourselves in an orbit around the moon. Good. So we're going to have turn SAS back on, get us in a retrograde position. That is using electric charge now. Hopefully that will recharge a bit as we run the engines. Boy, I hope so. Because that is not, that is a worrying amount of electric charge. Let's turn that off now, and we'll time accelerate a bit up to about here. Periaps of 17,000 meters. Coming in on the moon. We'll look at it in a minute. Oh, we're right on it now. We are 3 minutes from periapsis. So let's do a maneuver. Bring that down to about 20K. Nice. Okay. So that's a 15-second burn in 2 minutes. Don't want to overshoot it again, which is a thing I seem to want to do. And then we will go ahead and, I think we can go ahead and initiate that burn here now. And that is recharging our Delta V. Oh, I'm not paying attention here. I forgot to turn on SAS. Come on, bring it back. You're fine. Everything's fine here. This is all fine. Busy looking at my electric charge. And we will put ourselves back on the ball. There we go. I think that's probably fine. We can bring that down a little bit. Get that down under 25, or at 25. Okay, we are in orbit around the moon. We can do some science. Do we want to do one of these? We don't want to use our, what do you call it? Yep, we can do that. We can do a crew report. We can't EVA, which would be great. Let's transmit that one, even though that uses a little bit of electric charge. Can we transmit this one? I don't want to take the loss. We're not going to do the barometer or any of that stuff. All right, so we will just reset that experiment. Next stage, I think, is to actually just land on the moon, and no time like the present. And by present, I do mean in the next episode. So that's going to do it for this one. In the next episode, we land on the moon, and then we get off the moon, and we return home, and Jeb lives. That's the goal. But yeah, until next time, as always, my name is Sean Sands from GamersWithJobs.com. Thank you for joining me for Kerbal Space Program. I hope you're enjoying our Moon series. Drop me a line, let me know, leave a comment if you want to see us keep working on this. Until then, we will see you again real soon.